Morning, how's everybody today? It's a beautiful day, liquid sunshine. It's the only way you could interpret it. There's no point in feeling doom and gloom and dumb and glum. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off and enjoy the day. So I got a bit of inspiration yesterday when I talked about burnout, when I talked about this level and that level and working below your threshold all the time, and when you need it, pull out the bag and jump above your threshold, give it all you've got, swing for the fence, and then come back down just to below your threshold again. And that way you'll never burn out and you'll always have longevity. So I looked up some of the things on Google and I came across the Young Entrepreneur Council, and they had 13 ways the busiest people ever avoid burnout. And I had a wee read of them and I thought, it's perfect for today. So a bit of inspiration here from everyone else. Morning Alana, how are you? Fantastic day today, eh? So sure, you love your job. After all, you wouldn't be doing it if you didn't. But years after years of email upon email and never-ending meetings, even the best of us can really face burnout. To find out how successful people combat and even avoid this phenomenon, 13 startup founders from the Young Entrepreneur Council were asked what strategies they rely on, and here's what they had to say. So Jesse Pooji from Ampush: take a vacation and fully unplug. Vacations with loved ones will help every entrepreneur avoid burnout, and even general day-to-day people. It's important to put an out-of-office message on and not to respond to emails. This is easier said than done. You're talking to a workaholic here, or you're listening to a workaholic. Another benefit of taking a vacation is you set a good example for hard-working employees. Morning, Francis. Dan Price of Gravity Payments: forget balance, but find harmony. We spoke about this before. Everybody goes on about life balance. Well, that's a lot of rubbish. It's about finding harmony, not balance. I think people who say it's all about work-life balance are wrong. That's his words. I value finding passion and harmony in my work by being connected to and caring about my team and my customers and making a big difference in their lives. I would burn out way faster working 5 hours a day at a job I was hurting my soul with, and that I'd be working 15 hours a day at a job that was feeding my soul. That makes sense, eh? So he finds it a lot harder to work 5 hours a day, working at a job that he really doesn't like, to working 15 hours at a job that he loves. And it's really all driven about what is harmonious to you, and not really what about life balance is all about. Life balance tends to be for people that don't like their job. Or that's what I find, anyway. So Pablo Plownak from shadesdaddy.com: know your breaking point. Morning, Karen. I think most entrepreneurs will tell you it's impossible to unplug, so burnout is almost inevitable. However, it's important you know that when you're closer to or at a burnout stage. So this is all about triggers and all about signs and all about understanding when you're about to burn out or when you're going above that threshold. Something as simple as taking the day off or going for a bike ride or often having a fun night out with friends can help take the edge off of that time and avoid that burnout. And we spoke about that previously in Millionaire Mindset, about taking time out to sharpen your axe. And that's really what it's all about. So Corey Blake of Round Table Companies: fill your day with joy. Our business works to fill our people's days with what they love. When work feels like a job, we've redirected those tasks to someone who loves them. Not a great organiser? We have a team member who is. Hate numbers? We've got someone who loves them. We are fueled with so much joy that we have a term around the company called joy hangover. When work is such a blast, burnout really doesn't exist. And I think for me that's the most important thing. I mean, you love what you do. Burnout's never going to happen as a result of that, because you love what you do. It just becomes part of you and part of what you're doing day to day. And the final one for today is Avram Okram. Travel time mark. Schedule free time. Schedule free time in your calendar, in your diary. Just like you would schedule a meeting and then stick to it. It's critical and crucial to take time you need for yourself. Even if it's just 30 minutes a day. You'll get back to work feeling recharged and inspired. And chances are you'll accomplish a lot more than you would have if you worked straight away all throughout the day. And I think for me that's important as well. There's times I actually, well, for example, here now, this is what I do to switch myself off from what I do. I know it doesn't make sense to a degree because I'm doing work, but this isn't work to me. This is what I think and how I think. This is my thoughts coming out. This is almost like my therapy session. If that makes sense to anybody out there. And I think that's the most important thing. Do what you love. Be passionate about what you love. And most of all, enjoy the journey. You're not going round a second time. I said it yesterday. It's not a dress rehearsal. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30.